I've stayed in like a 3 BHK with 9 girls. Okay, so that you need like so much space to just hang all your bras and chaddis. Like more than anything, it's just, I'm like, are you all wearing 2 bras at a time? Because how are there so many bras? And
Where were you being trafficked to?
You are entering the Overthink tank.
Today on the podcast, we have with us Abish Mathew.
Oh, I have to say something.
No, you don't have to say anything.
Sorry, no.
Don't worry.
Do it again, sorry.
No, that's it. This is good. This is all. It's supposed to be like
That's
this.
all you get, okay? One roar from that dinosaur. You don't deserve to.
With Abish Mathew, we have my friend and great best friend also, Pavitra Shetty.
Oh, wait. She gets the gun near the microphone and best friend. Has anyone ever walked out of the Overthink tank?
They have not.
I
It'll be
won't
a
do
first.
it. I won't do it because then you'll get actual listeners then. Somebody walked out.
And then we'll overthink why did he walk away?
Hey, Surbhi, I thought we were friends.
We are friends. Didn't I call you a friend right now? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a friend and best friend Abish Mathew.
Cool. Always like to be the second guy.
You had to hold the gun to the mic, Abish, to just say that.
But yeah, thank you for having us. I'm very excited.
Thank you for being here. And thanks for making it so early in the morning. I'm just, first of all, I have to get this out of this thing. It's 10 a.m. right now. Thanks
6, they wouldn't know. Just say 6 a.m.
6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. These guys are here. We're all like fresh. My question to you is, how do you live with someone who does not give a shit? Because a lot of people don't, and you can't change the setting. They're wired this way.
I used to, I was in Chennai for a year and a half. Like my first job took me there, and like we were looking for a house, and looking for a house is so difficult because there's so many things, and one of the most important things is who are your flatmates and who are your roommates, right? And I went to places where I just saw like cockroaches everywhere, or people like their pillows were their laundry clothes that were just stacked up over each other, and I'm like, no. So even if the place was good, the people were bad. I'm like, nope, I can't do this. You open the fridge, there are lipsticks out. I don't. What are people? Like,
why are lipsticks in the fridge?
Is that a
No
thing? Because I've
idea.
seen that also. Is that
I've
a thing?
seen that, but I've never seen that in my own house. It's always been somebody else's house. Yeah.
Because you never choose that house and it'll never be your own. You make sure it's not your own house. So I finally found this one place, and a friend and I were looking for it, and one room was where they had to you had to share your cupboard with someone, okay? 3 sharing. And the other room was 2 of us, and you get your own cupboard, and that is like a privilege, like in that time. And luckily my friend was like, oh, you have OCD, you take that. Also, it was a costlier room, but I still appreciate that she gave it away to me. So, but what was our question again?
The question was, how do you live with someone who does not give a shit?
Yeah, so yeah, basically you have to restrict your space. You make a part of the house your space, because anyway the entire house isn't
not
yours.
yours.
So then you just say like, this is my space and I'll take care of this. Because you can't exercise control on everything. And then you just live
I've
with that.
seen this observation. Tell me if this happens with you guys. Because when you live with flatmates, right? You all take care of your room really well. But you leave that living room so untight. Like it's undesigned. You see wires coming out. So if you try living alone in a house, then what happens is, then you are accountable to every room. Because when you bring friends, now friends, usually if you're living with a roommate, you take them directly to the room. Barely you go eat outside or watch TV, maybe, if you're rich and if I have a TV outside. Otherwise, people like me who are living, like for me, I've gone from living in an apartment to now living in a home. Like it's still an apartment, but now I'm making it a home. It's got the lights I like, it's got the lamps that I like, it's got the smell that I like. Then you start treating it like a home. So I'm saying, if you for one time take a decision that I like a home, I'm going to make my living room worth it, then you will start owning more. It's like playing,
That's true. Like you're marking your territory. But that's true. Like in our house, like especially in Bombay houses, if like in 2 BHKs, you have to keep everything in place. Otherwise, your whole house will look like it's in shambles.
Yes.
So like the drawing room and the kitchen and...
But this is easy with like 2 people. Like I've stayed in like a 3 BHK with 9 girls. Okay, so that you need like so much space to just hang all your bras and chaddis. Like more than anything, it's just, I'm like, are you all wearing 2 bras at a time? Because how are there so many bras? And
where were you being trafficked to? What kind of container
Chennai.
ship did you call a room?
Chennai, yeah. Like, so it was just.
It was a 3 BHK.
Yeah,
Was it like
so-
huge? Did you have balconies?
There was one balcony which was filled with all the bras, said bras and chaddis.
It's the bra balcony.
Yeah, like we didn't need curtains. This bras and chaddis like covered all of that sunlight from coming in. Okay, like so yeah. So then in such cases,
Blackout
it's so
curtains.
difficult to like. You rather have a bed that is like your room that is clean because you can sleep there. And then at that cost, then your living room becomes a little untidy and
Yeah.
it's not beautiful.
That's true. I mean, if I have to think about what I care about the least in my house and where will I dry my clothes, it's the living room.
That is true, actually. Yeah. There is no other place. The Bombay has this one amazing solution which I've seen is that they put it on the ceiling on the wire.
That's so hard though. How am I supposed to get my clothes on top?
Yo, there is
Get those-
you don't. There are ways to do it.
There are
You
ways
think
to do
people are levitating off the air, jumping and trying to slam dunk a hook?
What are the weirdest things you'll have confronted your roommates about? Like,
Oh man, I remember this very weird story. Do you guys know about flats and flatmates?
Yes, I do.
yeah.
Flats and flatmates, and we were interviewing someone for like our room back in the day because I used to live in Warsaw, and we were interviewing this girl, and we were on our like last interview. Like somebody has to take this house because that house was in bad shape. But we were trying to like, look, there's this little bit of sunset, the light, the ocean. You see that? So we're trying to sell it by like that faint ocean view. And this one girl came to us, and this was our first interview, and she told us the worst story. And I don't know. So the story was, we asked her, why did you leave the last house? Basic question. She told us she got into a fight with the flatmates. We were like, happens all the time. You know, you eat the Nutella, they eat your peanut butter. Happens all the time. She's like, no, it was pretty serious. And I was like, no, what happened? She said her flatmate smashed her laptop in, like laptop screen inside. And just to take revenge, she asked her boyfriend to jizz on their donuts.
no. No.
What?
Yeah, then we said, so when can you move in?
Fuck.
When can you move in?
And you asked her.
She lived with us.
What?
She lived with us and we could
my-
not eat donuts or bagels or anything that was circular for like
Or
1 year.
keep your laptop outside. Yo, you do know that it won't stop at hitting laptop and, jizzing your donuts. It could go.
could go
Everything
wild.
you've had so far has a boyfriend's jizz in it, by the way. Just letting you know.
I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now live with that.
Yeah, and I thought the story I had was weird or like icky, but yeah, no, this was like one of my flatmates. So she was a little bit cuckoo. Like she would only wear the top of her salwar and nothing below, and then she would go and like pray. So she would go down and then she would bend, and I'm like, why am I waking up to this? This is why we're not morning people. Okay, we have to go through such sights. Okay?
I have a feeling I am that friend.
I wish I would have slept through all of that. Okay, but like this weirdo would like come and she was like, somebody used our bathroom and it wasn't flushed. Okay. And now apparently there was period blood in it. Okay. So now I don't know who used your, and everyone denied. Okay. It wasn't me for sure.
9 people deny they're not in the period.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we're like, and I'm just, she kept like accusing, and I was just like, what do I do? How do I prove? Do I have to like put my pants down and be like, look, no pad? Like, I can't produce blood out of nowhere. Like I'm like, just flush it and like go. I mean, I don't think I would have had the guts to confront someone. Like if it happened, let's say 23 times, I would be like, oh, now I'll go and be like, enough guys, just flush your period blood down the drain. But like, or maybe the flush isn't working and they were trying or whatever. But yeah, that was
Clearly,
weird.
9 of you were not good friends because you didn't
You
sing.
sing.
You didn't
Yeah.
sing. But that's a myth.
But that's what we did. None of us were on our periods. Means none of us were not singing at the
I have a feeling it's the maid who was in period
yeah.
and she stayed
Do
there.
you think somebody was pouring period blood down the drain? It could be that.
Just for controversy, what is this weird life of Pavitra Shetty? I want to look into your mind and see what has happened. You need to split responsibilities up top and be very calm with the idea that people will fuck up. And when they fuck up, you can just be like, can you please clean it?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, I didn't know it.
Yeah.
Because everyone embarrasses easy and anger is easy. So
Yeah.
you can either tap into their anger or fucking embarrass them.
That's true. I've also learned this over the time where I try to let things slide a little bit. Like
Surbhi, Sejal, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, this whole podcast was Sejal.
Dedication.
This whole podcast is dedicated to Sejal Bhat. She's my current flatmate. We have some things going on. But it's okay because I feel like we're very close friends and we're still very good friends. But again, house can really like change the dynamic of living together with your close friend. So we try to make fun things out of this. Like we had a whole month called Friendship February.
Oh, wow.
Where we were trying to do we were going out of our way to do nice things for each other. Like I folded your clothes and we would keep a poster on top just to tell people.
I folded yours.
Yeah,
the way you say it.
I think it's how you said it. I folded your clothes. And she's like, I don't like my clothes folded.
It wasn't that because we planned this properly. We were like, listen, we do things for each other all the time, but we never know. So let's just jatao this time. Let's just show off. This month we're showing off all the things we've done in this house. Like all the basic things that we've cleaned.
Score?
You did more?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my question also. You did more?
Yeah.
Friendship February ended in a kind of a fight.
Fight February.
By the way, March is maturity March. We have to act like fucking adults.
Oh, really? Yeah. Then A is what? Asshole April. D is dumping you, bitch. December. Call Sejal Bhat. Oh no, please do mundane talks, which you're all interested to know what Sejal would say. No? Shouldn't?
Yeah, you can, of course. You're on the podcast. Do what you want.
Listen, if it will make things worse.
You won't. You can talk to her. Cool. If she's up. She'll hate you for calling you so early in the morning.
She should answer.
She's sleeping.
Or
sleeping.
In the YouTube comments. Let us know what you think Sejal would have said if she did pick up.
Hey, what's up? Good morning. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, what happened? Are you underwater?
Good morning.
No, I'm just waking up.
Oh, hi, what's happening? Abish here, by the way.
Yes, hi, Abish.
Hi, I am calling you because I'm at Surbhi's podcast right now. And
The topic is...
the topic is how to be a good flatmate. And I just wanted to know, why is this podcast topic how to be a good flatmate? And I know you as a friend. I think I've spoken more to you than to Surbhi.
All right, okay, come on.
Good morning, rise and shine, Sejal. We miss you.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, baby. I'm talking in my house voice. Okay, Sejal, sorry for waking you up. Abish thought it'd be a great idea to call you up. But we're on this podcast and we're discussing.
So early.
It's very early.
It's 11 a.m.
It's so early. We wake up at 1 and it's our jam.
Really?
Yeah, go to bed, Sejal. Bye. Love ya.
Bye, miss you. This is
Bye.
Pavi here. Left
Okay.
kiss, right kiss, and middle.
Bye, Sejal. Thank you. Good night.
Make her say love ya to me. She never says it back.
Can you say love ya to Surbhi?
Huh?
Can you say love ya to Surbhi, please? She's going through something. Can you say love you, Surbhi?
Love ya.
Aww, bye.
I have to tell her all the time, say I love you back. What do you think, Pavitra? Is it better to stay with someone you're more close to in terms of the things you like, the things, or is it should you move with someone you're exactly opposite with?
I've actually stayed with both and both are fun. I enjoyed having someone who was like-minded. My first roommate was someone who was very similar. So, and she was 2 years senior. So and we were in the same company, same everything. So if I ever had a problem, I know she's already been through it and she had a solution to it. So it was amazing. I'm like, this is me 2 years from now and look at how sorted I look. And I was very happy. And then I had another roommate who was very different. Very would move things around. But because I loved her so much, I started getting okay with, things being moved around. So that it did help my OCD.
Nice.
And I was very worried about my OCD because it's the first time away from home, can't throw my tantrums. But all of my roommates and flatmates have been so nice with respect to my OCD. In fact, they would see me adjust my shoes. This one time, I came back from office and I see 9 flatmates. All of their shoes are parallel. All it looked like a shoe shop. I was so cute. I was just oh my God, everyone's turning psycho. So it was just
That's a
great
Pavitra
bonding
gift
moment.
to the 9 of
That's
them.
true.
Yeah.
I would just never mind a flatmate with OCD. I'm like, sure, please stay with me.
Yeah.
I'll kind of use you. I'm just kidding.
Here's the thing: if you live with a partner, a roommate who has OCD, you would have to adjust to them. You will also have to keep doing your shoes. So it's good for you because you will come out a better person.
You become kind of
and I think you need it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I never expected that out of them. And I would tell them, do whatever you want to. But I think they just like, it's the empathy thing. Like they
Yeah.
saw it and then they like, just because they would like in order to not move my things, they have jumped over things and almost risked falling, and I'm like, please don't kill yourselves, I like y'all. Like if I didn't, I would be like,
Please
whatever.
don't kill yourself. There'll be too much blood and they'll be pushed to clean later.
If you spend time with people, automatically they understand what they're about. Like Pavitra and I have generally spent a lot of time together. And I know that when push comes to shove, if I send something to her, it'll be done. Now, if she was my flatmate as well, if she's seen me stressed, she'll be like, yo, I better take care of this. So emotionally, if you're completely open to your flatmates, you don't need to use words, because words is the most inefficient way of communication. Empathy is the most efficient way. So feel, express what you feel. I'm stressed because of work, because of which I'm cleaning the kitchen, but can you please help me? Oh, fuck, you're stressed because of work. Let me help you. Not like fucking clean the kitchen. They're like, there's no context.
Man, oh my God, you showed me like the mirror right now.
But that is so true. Like I would notice that, like even though we were 9 of us, like at night we would see, like there was this month I think where everyone was stressed, and all 9 of us got together and we were just singing so loudly in the middle of the night, and we're just like सारे लड़कों को आजू बाजू से जगा के रखेंगे types, like, and it was so much fun, and we played like Holi inside the house, and like we like done shit like that, and like, but each person like I can't cook but I can clean, so I would always be like, you do the cooking, I'll do the cleaning, and they hate that, and for me, if you tell me start cleaning now and you'll say just do this much, I'll do all of it. The entire room will be clean. So they would just be like, hey, you wanna just, and I'm like,
One time I had Pavitra over for dinner and she did the dishes after the dinner. So just
Really?
letting you know. She's like, let me clean up the whole thing before I leave.
The one time that you guys called me for
Abish, you can come over tonight.
Nah, I'm good. I have conversations to happen with my current flatmate, which is me and a poster of Jesus Christ.